Hey guys, it's Shaylee here with the owners of Mothertime Marketplace, Jennifer Ford-Berry and Jesse Boardman, and we're just going to be asking them a couple of questions to get to know them a little bit better. So, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
You want to go?
Well, I'll start with me. I have 2 kids and a boy and a girl, and I've been married for 13 years right now, actually, to my high school sweetheart. We just moved back, it's been a while. We moved back to Western New York about 8 years ago after living in South Florida and Charlotte. And then basically when I had my daughter in Charlotte, I was ready to come home. So I've been in Western New York ever since. And our kids, we have one in 5th grade and one in 2nd grade. So they're not super little, but they're kind of getting to the easy stage where life's getting a little easier. And yeah, just really love being a part of Mothertime Marketplace. It's something that we kind of was a dream that we built together, and it's just amazing where it's come to nowadays. So we actually have a lot in common. We should probably tell how we met, which is pretty funny.
A lot in common, a lot in uncommon.
Yeah, we're very similar and unsimilar. Our logistics are very similar.
Yes.
We're both the same age. We graduated the same year. We've been married the same amount of time, but very different personalities. And actually, we met when I owned a store in Batavia. It was called Berry Patch Kids, and it was a children's consignment shop. And Jesse came in one day off the street, was shopping, and I
wasn't living on the street.
Yeah. You walked in off the street.
Come a long way.
You really have done well for yourself. But yeah, she came in shopping, and I had a post looking for somebody to help me run the store. And we started talking, and she applied, and we always joke that I never interviewed somebody else. It was like we just clicked right off the bat, and as we got to know each other, we realized we had all these other funny things in common. Our birthdays are, what, 2 days apart? Mm-hmm. So it's really fun.
Yeah. I'm Jessie. I'm the other half of Mothertime Marketplace. And like she said, I've been married going to be 13 years in a couple months. I have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and almost 2 years old, little girl at home. Zeke, Luke, and Quinn are their names. We live in Batavia, and we like it there. That's where I grew up, and my husband grew up in Rochester, so we moved toward Batavia when we started having kids also, to be close to family, which is very important to me. I went to school in Fredonia, college at Fredonia. I feel like I'm saying a lot, which I am. And I agree, we've clicked instantly, pretty much talk to each other more than we talk to our husbands sometimes. And it's been a great friendship and partnership that I really could have never dreamed of. So that's pretty much me in a quick nutshell.
So what introduced you to consignment sales?
I mean, really, with having the store, I think it was getting hard to be stuck with retail hours with young kids at home. And I actually wanted to sell the store because I was going to publish my first book. So I knew I couldn't do both, or really I picked what I wanted to do. And on the flip side, consignment sales, semi-annual consignment sales were becoming quite a trend in cities I used to live in, and across the country, mainly down south. So I kind of brought up the idea to Jesse, and we thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. And our first sale was at the Batavia Downs in Batavia. It seems like a million years ago now, but yeah, it just was, you know, our racks were clotheslines, basically, tied to poles, and really droopy in the middle. But we made it work. We started out on a shoestring budget. We never wanted to invest more money than we made, and I think that's one of the things we're both proud of, is we grew when we could, and we invested when we could. So really, we wanted to bring it after maybe, 2 or 3 sales in Batavia. We decided we would make it bigger and head to Hamburg.
Yeah.
And we've been at the Hamburg Fairgrounds ever since. So, just the idea really came from seeing other sales growing down south and trying to bring that to this area of Western New York so that we could all benefit from making extra money and, selling our kids' stuff.
Yeah, and we were able to offer a better percentage to our consigners, and in a shorter amount of time, if you take things to a consignment store, you may get a check in a month, or you don't know. But this way, you're bringing your stuff, you're setting your prices, which I think a lot of families like a lot more, and you're more in control of what you get, what you earn, and I love it so much better. I mean, I like shopping consignment, but I love shopping consignment sales.
Okay. So why did you want to start Mothertime Marketplace?
That's basically why we started, just to not be tied to the hours at the store and to, do something that we thought would benefit all families in Western New York, including ourselves. And what is great about it is you get to sell everything in one shot. You're done, you get a check, and it's over. You do it again in 6 months. You don't have to keep making all those trips to a store. And as the owners, it's pretty much we're paying everybody at once, not on a weekly basis. So, that's what we wanted to do with the sale.
And it definitely allowed us to be at home with our families. I mean, we still work throughout the year, but for the most part, we can be at home, when we need to for our little ones and our families. So it has a lot of benefits for us, yeah.
Okay. So what's your favorite part about being in the business?
I don't know if I can narrow it down to just one thing. First of all, it's stressful. When the day comes and we're moving there, like I can feel my husband doesn't even like me the week before the sale because it's just all bubbling and I don't know what's going to happen, and there's so many things that can come into play that can make you nervous and make things go a little awry, which we always get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had stuff happen
crazy,
but
a lot of technical.
Yeah, it's always technical, which is usually my department, and that's why I'm a frazzled mess. But what I love about the sales, what I love about doing the sales, is that what you asked me? I love seeing these mostly moms, I'm going to say families, but mostly moms coming in, and when the sale actually starts and they're working the sale, how excited they get to see their stuff selling, and how excited our shoppers are to have found a certain item that they were looking for, couldn't afford, full price, and then they come and they find it. And then you get all these moms who never knew each other interacting with each other, and I don't know, there's just something about it, and everyone starts to be, it's like a little community, I swear. It feels like a community definitely at that time when the sale is actually, rolling and stuff, and everybody, it's just, I think it's a great feeling when everyone starts conversing with each other about their kids and their things, and it's just like one big meetup. And you get to shop. So that's my favorite thing about it.
Mine is, I obviously, if you know me, love organizing. So I love the fact that, I think the most motivating reason to part with things for a mom is the money, and that kind of takes away the guilt of selling, those clothes and those toys that Grandma and Grandpa bought last Christmas. And in my house, I personally sell my kids' stuff all the time, and then I take the money and I put it in their college fund. So I don't feel bad that somebody bought that, for them for their birthday or for Christmas, and it kind of gives them a benefit of that gift for the rest of their life. So I love the fact of clearing the clutter, and I love clearing the clutter out of my own house. So and my husband starts telling everybody to say everything must go sale, because I just want to sell everything. I swear, we joke, like you get on a roll, it's so addicting. I could sell the furniture, it's like I don't want to stop. So I love getting rid of stuff and actually making money in return when we're done with it. My kids aren't using it anymore or they don't fit into it. I love seeing these consigners that, you know, we met 5.5 years ago and just have stuck with us. They've become like friends, and they want Mothertime Marketplace to succeed as much as we do. I mean, we can't speak highly enough of these, you know, people that started with us in Batavia and continued on. It's just remarkable. And like, you know, Jessie said, it is kind of like a meetup or a little reunion. They've become friends with each other. And there's also, I think even though it's very stressful and it's a lot of work, especially for two partners, it's an extraordinary amount of work. We know we're going to be up, you know, all night. We're going to be working 14, 16 hours a day for a week straight. And it's crazy, but the adrenaline is what puts us through. I mean, if we didn't love it, the adrenaline wouldn't be there. And I don't think we would make it through the week. And just seeing your dream grow is what I love about it. So it's a lot of things. I think there's something really motivating about an idea that has come to this point where it's grown this big.
So what advice do you have for first-time consigners?
That would be an hour-long interview. I think. It's a lot.
As a first-time consigner, I guess...
Read the website. That's the first
really,
step.
Really
read. Yeah.
And it does look like a lot, but once you do it one time, you've got it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is invest that first time, and then you've got it.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It's gonna be like, you're gonna be like a little robot.
Mm-hmm.
Be organized. From the words of my friend here, is probably the best thing. Don't have stuff all over, and just get it organized. You know, start early. You can start right now.
Yeah.
Just put a bin in the bottom of the closets. Get stuff ready. Put it away. If they grow out of it, take it off them. Wash it. Put it in that bin so it's there when you're ready to start pricing it and tagging it in the spring. But and keep your prices reasonable. You have to remember why people are coming to shop at this sale. They're not coming because they're millionaires and they're willing to spend and arm and a leg on stuff. They're coming to buy quantities of things. They're coming to shop for their kids for the whole entire spring, summer season, or the whole entire fall, winter season. You know, they're not coming to spend a fortune, but if you're coming to buy for a whole season, you know, the more they're going to be able to afford, the more they're going to be able to buy, which means your stuff's going to come off the rack and go home with them. If you're overpriced, you know, it's not going to happen that way. So I would say be organized, keep your prices reasonable, and you'll learn a lot about both of those things after your first time. Yeah. First time may go well, may not go too well, but if you stick in there, I think you'll have it.
And I definitely recommend, you know, a little piece of advice is that you want to detach yourself from the memories of the items. You know, a lot of moms in this business and in my organizing business get very attached to things. And you have to remember that when, you know, this mom is shopping on the racks at Mothertime Marketplace and sees your daughter's first Christmas dress, if you're willing to part with it, on the rack, those special memories of your cute, you know, chubby baby that you have in your mind are not in that mom's head. So she might not be able or willing to spend as much as you think it's worth. I think detaching yourself from the personalness of each item is really important.